Good morning. I really enjoyed watching these videos. They were a great, insightful look into what a counseling session would look like. I do think that it is very similar to what I imagined a counseling session would be. In the videos, the clients did look quite nervous, and I think that that's what I would feel like too if I was sitting in that chair. But all the counselors were doing a great job of making those clients feel welcome and comfortable and trying to get them to open up about why they were there. So, in chapter 8, there are many skills and characteristics listed for counselors. I did find a basic counseling skills list, and in those skills were included open questions, encouragers, closed questions, paraphrasing, reflection of feeling, reflection of meaning, and summary. I did see most of these skills in all of the videos we watched. There were many differences and similarities among the counselors. So I did see all of the counselors using those encouragers, that the head nodding, letting the client know that they're listening. I also saw in all the videos a mix of open questions, which is questions such as, how does that make you feel? Can you tell me about this? And also the closed questions, which I think both are very necessary. It looks to me like the first counselor and the third counselor may have had a little bit more experience just by the sophistication of their language, and it seemed like they spent more time using open questions and trying to establish more of a trust to dig deeper with the client. Whereas the second counselor, which was the homesick video, she spent a lot of time using encouragers, which I think are helpful, but she also was doing a lot of paraphrasing and reflection of feeling and meaning, which, yes, we do need to use those, but I felt like she didn't offer a lot of insight to the client. That's just my opinion. But I did like the way in the first video, I do remember him using the summary, and that's a skill that I actually learned in premarital counseling. We called it active listening. So my spouse and I are having a conversation. He says something, I listen, and then when he's done speaking, I repeat what I heard. So that way he can tell me if what I heard is what he meant or not. It's a great communication skill, and I think it's extremely helpful and applicable in counseling. The third counselor, he did a really good job of identifying what he was seeing in her. So she was struggling with portraying her emotions in an outward sense. And so he, is asking questions, how are you feeling right now? Because I'm trying to figure out basically if I'm seeing what you're feeling inside, right? So I think he did a great job of helping her to open up. He was asking very specific questions, and he was really helpful, in my opinion. I think they all did a great job. I'm not sure, where they were all at in their session, so I can't say if they did good or bad. I don't know, but I did see a lot of those skills that were listed in chapter 8. The questions that I have after watching these videos, one is there were so many skills listed in this chapter. So how do we as counselors find that balance of how many questions do we ask as well as offering insight? Of course, every client's going to vary, but just in general, how can we find that balance? The other question I have is if there are any tips for establishing trust and comfortability with patients or clients. I understand that it's going to be pretty nerve-wracking those first few sessions, but if there are any tips right away that can help us to just make them feel more comfortable. Thank you for your time.